What's up, bloggers, and welcome back to another awesome video all to do with SEO and blogging. Today's video is all about rank math, what it is and how to use it. So without further ado, let's dive into the video. Rank math is a WordPress plugin that helps you optimize for better SEO. It will generally improve your search engine optimization rankings. It offers features like content analysis, keyword optimization, XML sitemaps, schema markup, social media integration, advanced SEO analytics, and 404 monitors. It simplifies SEO. And if you're someone who likes blogging, but you're really not sure what you're doing when it comes to SEO, Rank Math is for you. It's completely free and it's going to help you optimize all of your blog posts to make sure you're going to get the highest chance of being seen on Google and the other search engines. Now, as someone who's been using Yoast for quite a long time, switching over to Rank Math has been mind-blowing. If you want to check out the link to Rank Math, I've put a link in the description and the comment section, so check that out. Here is one of my websites. This website is battleshout.com. It's all about World of Warcraft. Now, I'm not too fussed if people see this because it's not worth copying this site. I'm looking to sell this site. It's unfortunately in a very, very competitive niche, so you won't actually make much money in this niche unless you are like the top 1 to 2 sites in this whole niche. I'm getting like between 500 and 1,000 views a day on this site, and it's still only bringing in between $1 and $3 a day, which is not a lot for that amount of work that is required. So I am looking to sell this at a future point. If you are interested in buying it, let me know. But I'm going to show you how to use Rank Math with this site. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on our WordPress homepage. Now I've got Rank Math Pro as a direct result of working with Rank Math on this video. But even if I didn't, I'd actually still get it because I've seen how useful it is. From Rank Math, I can go ahead and check my analytics, and this will tell me things like my keywords, my site analytics, what's doing good, what's doing poor, what's doing fair, all these various different useful things. Now, I found a post using the site analytics, which shows exactly the post that isn't doing very well. So to do that, I just unclick the good score, fair score, and no data. And that leaves me with my 9 worst posts. And these are typically posts which are either out of date or just haven't been optimized properly for SEO. One I want to change here is tips and tricks for leveling in Shadowlands. Now, I'm just going to quickly take the moment to tell my writer not to write this one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and actually click on this, and we're going to look at what is not working, what is working well. Generally, the SEO score is not doing great and the content score is not doing great either. We can definitely improve these really quickly. So to do that, I'm just going to go straight to the post like so. And once I'm here, I can see that the post looks really samey. It's got no images. It's got some nice keywords, but they're out of date. This Shadowlands just tells me instantly that it's out of date, as that is not the latest expansion, and therefore people aren't going to be searching it. So I'm going to go straight into edit post, and we're going to work on this because it needs some work. First is first, once you load up your post, you now need to go to Rank Math at the top here and actually just put in what the actual keyword is. In this instance, it's actually going to be changing from leveling in Shadowlands to leveling in Dragonflight. So we need to go ahead and change the keyword to leveling in Dragonflight. Leveling in Dragonflight. Brilliant. So I can see that the score is even worse, and that's fine because I need to replace all the words that say Shadowlands with Dragonflight. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And let's go ahead and change the URL, because I wouldn't typically change the URL, but it's one of those situations where we do need to, because it's, the keyword does need to be changed. So we're just going to remove it all because it's quite a long one, and just change it to leveling in Dragonflight. And I just want to show you guys something as well. You don't need to put the dashes. You can just put the spaces, leveling in Dragonflight, and it will automatically add the dashes in for you. You don't need to worry about that. It automatically adds those in. Okay, so I typically wouldn't change those in most of my posts, but this one I am going to, just based off the fact that it's kind of needed. What you could do instead is just put like tips and tricks for leveling. That would work equally just as well. But I think these posts, because they're they're not exactly evergreen posts. They're updates and news types articles. It's fine to change the URL because these are going to be updated like every year or so, depending on the new expansion. So that's changed to 50 already, which is great. So clicking that again, it's going to tell us what we actually need to change in order to improve this article. Focus, keyword not found in your meta description. Okay, great. We've got to change that. So let's first of all, to change that, we go to edit snippet, but we need like at least a sentence to work with. So I'm just going to take this first sentence. There are so many ways to level up in World of Warcraft Shadowlands that sometimes the good tips and tricks can be forgotten. Okay, let's just copy in that. And this was actually wrote when I almost first started this blog post. There's so much that could be improved here versus how I am as a blogger nowadays. My skill has developed so much more. So I would change this Shadowlands to Dragonflight, and we need to make sure the keyword is included. There are so many ways to level up in World of Warcraft. Leveling in Dragonflight is a breeze if you know how. Read our guide for leveling tips and tricks. Okay, so we need to somehow remove a word here because there's so many words. There's many ways to level up in World of Warcraft. Leveling in Dragonflight is a breeze if you know how. Read our guide for leveling tips and tricks. Read our guide for leveling. Read our leveling guide for tips and tricks. There we go. We like that. That reads better. That looks nicer. I'm happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and copy that. So that score is now going to change and increase. It's gone to yellow instead of red. And we're just going to probably change that first sentence as well just there because that's a nicer first sentence than what I had there already. Okay, second thing, I'm just going to go through this blog post and change every word of Shadowlands to Dragonflight because that's just generally going to be a better idea. So we'll just go through and change that word. And what I'll do is I'll just copy that word individually. And I'll be able to read through this and just make some changes as and when needed. But what RankMath is actually doing right here is completely improving our blog post by telling us where we're potentially making mistakes in all of our blog, which is ideal really for what we're looking to do. Okay, so the word Shadowlands has completely been purged from our blog. We can change that up a little bit later, make sure everything makes sense and everything like that. But for now, let's just get the very basics in. Okay, so working through, this is a thin content, I would say, because there's not many words in this blog. It's not a problem because the other day I wrote a blog that is all to do with leveling in Dragonflight. So I can go back to the website and actually reuse some of that content, change it up to suit this post a little bit more. Okay, so we've got World of Warcraft leveling guide, how to get from 1 to 60 fast. You can really see that, my style's changed quite dramatically since writing that first one. It's a lot more engaging on a whole to read these blog posts versus what it used to look like, which is just that. That's what happens, with style. Everything changes over time. I'm just going to get ChatGPT to rewrite some of my content already. So whenever I am potentially writing or rewriting content, I'll actually use ChatGPT and I'll say to use the keyword and whatever keyword it is in there. I'll tell it that I want it to rewrite, but use this keyword instead. And then hopefully it will rewrite it to what I want it to be. Now, I know this content is already updated, so I don't need to worry about updating this information, but I can just use this information and basically update what I've got here already. It's almost the same article, except for this is more like tips and tricks. So I'll just take the bits that work and leave the bits that don't. Okay, so it's gone ahead and it's rewrote this article for me. Now I'm just going to quickly paste that in at the very bottom of my article, and we will just go through and figure out what we want to keep and what we don't want to keep. And that'll be super easy for us to do. Okay, so first is first, I'm just going to go through here and change all of these to subheadings, as there's no point just having random words like that alone. It doesn't look like a heading. So let's actually add them in as a heading. This will drastically improve the article. So Threads of Fate is an old system. This has been changed with adventure mode. Change this from 60 to 70 instead of 50 to 60. Okay, great. And this basically just allows you to do quests in any order. Okay, cool. And we've just added a little bit more content in there. It works really nice. Torghast daily quest. This has been removed, so that just makes sense to remove that completely. What we really want to do here is get this score as high as possible. At the moment, it's only 67, but we can go through and look at all these additional errors and see where we're potentially missing things. Oh, I've got no image on this. Let's actually have a look what image we are using for our featured image. XP. Oh, this is an easy one to redo. Okay, I am on Canva and I'm just going to redo this image really quickly. As you can see, this is the featured image. That's fine. It looks great. What I'm just going to do is actually add it as a banner image as well. As I've got the premium version of Canva, I can quickly do that. All I do is basically click the bottom site and press Canva Assistant, then type in resize, and then it will actually just allow me to resize this to a different size that I want. So copy and resize, and this will now create a smaller version of my picture. And what we'll do is just make that a little bit better, like so. We can probably actually just bring that up a little bit. You can even do it like that. Yeah, there you go. We quite like that. Let's go ahead and download that. That's fantastic. And what we can actually do is go ahead and stick that in the post at the very top, just like so. And what we do is make sure we grab the keyword like so, and you actually change the keyword on the alt text of the picture to suit the article, giving you even more SEO points, which is really, really good. I'm just going to go through this real quick, see if there's anything else I can change. Keyword density, that will change as I add more stuff in here. Link out to external resources, that's going to be easy for us to do. Add internal links to your content, that's going to be easy as well. So we'll do that stuff at the end. Let's just focus on clearing up this content, making it a little bit better. So I have actually had to delete a couple of these paragraphs as they are just outdated information. So what I'm going to do here is add in some new ones that will just suit us perfectly. I'm going to change this to a paragraph instead of bullet points. That'll look a lot better. There is going to be some of these points that aren't going to be relevant, such as begin and exile's reach. It's just, that's the start of your leveling journey, not the end. And since this article is covering the end of your leveling journey, it's going to be far better for you to do that. Get rid of this allied races. Allied races are completely pointless for this article. So is Chromie time. War mode is useful, so we will include that. Let's add that in just after here. War mode, leveling in Dragonflight. And then we'll just turn that into a quick header. Boom, done. And then let's paste in this little tip. Let's expand this tip using ChatGPT. Expand on this. Give advice for leveling in Dragonflight using war mode. Warn the reader to be careful as it is dangerous, but definitely rewards greater experience. Use keyword leveling in Dragonflight. Okay, so it's added some extra tips in we don't need to use. They aren't relevant, but what we do like is these. This is really, really good. Let's go ahead and copy these 3 paragraphs. That will work perfectly for our article. We can close Canva now. We don't need Canva anymore. And let's just paste those in. When leveling in Dragonflight, one option you can consider to enhance your experience gain is utilize War Mode. War Mode allows you to enable PvP. Yep, this is perfect. Let's copy this end paragraph as well, as it does warn you as well. Remember, War Mode in Dragonflight offers greater rewards in terms of experience gain, but it also comes with inherent risks. Proceed with caution. Yeah, that's perfect. That's a nice little bit of extra writing there. And it's even got the keyword in there. Let's see if I can get it in again. However, it is important. Yeah. Okay, great. This is fantastic, this paragraph here, but I'm going to get it updated again. And at this point, ChatGPT kind of knows the information that I've got, as I've given it so much of the article already, that it can just pull on all this information in this article to rewrite it. Okay, great. This is fantastic information just here. So we can go ahead and paste that in. And then let's change the heading here to gathering professions for Dragonflight, for leveling in Dragonflight. That will actually increase our keyword search again. And our article is longer, but we are going to sort that out at the end. There is one bit here that doesn't make any sense. We're going to remove this paragraph here as it's not correct information. You can't rely on just ChatGPT to do all the information. You actually have to read it as well. Okay, so lots of information here. Let's just read through. Complete zone quests. Actually is quite good information, so let's just update that with a little bit more. Okay, this gives really good information and it is all completely correct. So what I'm going to change that to is complete zone quests for fast leveling in Dragonflight. And that is another keyword, but also natural use. That's the key there. We've used it naturally. That's fantastic. Dungeon runs. This is going to be a good one. Group up with friends. We'll probably leave that one out as it's kind of obvious. Rare mobs isn't going to be useful. Optimize your garrison. No. Stay focused on quest density. No. Take advantage of heirlooms. No. It doesn't reward extra experience anymore. Don't forget about your professions. Already covered. Stay immersed in the story. No. Keep an eye on updates. Okay, let's remove all that. None of that information is good. Dungeon runs is good, so we are just going to copy this one across. Okay, so this actually wrote some really good information here. Dungeons are instance. Yeah, it explains what the dungeons are, and it tells you how you can use them. That information's all really, really good. I can tell that already. I'm an expert in World of Warcraft, so I know everything about World of Warcraft, so I know when something's just good just by gut instinct alone. So complete zones. So defeat dungeons for fast leveling in Dragonflight. And then we can paste that stuff in there. Fantastic. And let's just make that header. Great. That works nicely. Let's just take out the obvious tips here. Finding a group. I don't need to give advice on finding a group. Complete dungeon quests. Yep. Communicate and coordinate. I don't really need to put that. That's an obvious thing. Balance questing and dungeon runs. Yes, let's actually remove these as bullet points and just have them as general paragraphs. And I'm going to get rid of this conclusion paragraph as it's not needed and get rid of this filler paragraph there. That works nicely, just generally looks a lot better. Let's go through the rest of this article and just cut out anything that's not relevant. Okay, I really like this paragraph. I'm going to bring this towards the start of the article as it's just another bit of an introductory paragraph. And it's got another keyword in, which I like those keywords. The thing is with SEO, too many people focus on being creative and throwing a keyword here, throwing a keyword there. And they're not just thinking about generally, how can I get this information across in the best way possible? That's a really important thing to do. I realized I got my webcam in the wrong spot, so you guys can see. But each time you want to go to rank math, you've got to press this button up here. Sorry about that. Okay, so I can see a lot of this article actually isn't relevant. So I don't really need to include this stuff here. But that's fine. We can actually add in some of that later on. That's not a problem at all. So let's just go through and create an FAQ for this specific keyword. So write an FAQ for leveling in Dragonflight. Use keyword leveling in Dragonflight. And then hopefully that will write us an FAQ. Fantastic. This gives some really good tips really quickly, actually. And we can just use all of those tips. Now, a beautiful thing about rank math is you can use the rank math schema. So you can just type in rank math spelled correctly and it will come up, FAQ, and this will actually produce an individual rank math schema which will answer the questions that you potentially need to answer. Now, I'm not going to use this because I haven't been able to use it very well on dark mode websites, but nevertheless, on all my other sites which aren't in dark mode, it works amazingly. For me personally, I'm just going to use the basic FAQ as that does the trick for me. Right, heading. Okay, question and answer, that looks fantastic. 2,064 words is a great job. It's still not quite enough. 2,000 to 2,500 words is like a great place to be. But generally, we've got some really good keyword density now because we've really focused on getting that keyword leveling in Dragonflight in there a lot more. But what we don't have is link to external resources. Now, the external resource for me would be Wowhead, given that Wowhead have complete domination of World of Warcraft. It's a good idea to be linking to this site. There's no way that I can possibly beat Wowhead in SEO, given the fact that they are a database. So I can just basically look up certain things and then link to it here on the site. It's probably going to be a good idea to do that. Or additionally, I could just go to my YouTube channel and find it. So let's just go to my YouTube channel here, Erosium, and I can find, Dragonflight leveling. Let's see if there's anything Dragonflight leveling. So I've got a guide here, 1 to 70 leveling guide, but it is a YouTube short. What I'm going to go for instead is World of Warcraft new player leveling guide. This will be a lot better for me generally. So let's use that. And the thing I've noticed about using videos is they don't basically work as do not follow links. So you're better off just linking it in a word as well. So to do that, let's go down. And before the FAQ, let's stick that in just there, a video. And for new players trying to do fast leveling in Dragonflight, flight, consider watching this video. This video will guide you in how to play Dragonflight and also how to level in Dragonflight. Okay, and then what we'll do is actually just link how to level in Dragonflight just there, and that will do the trick. That will add the link in. Great, as you can see, there's now an outsourced link. But additionally, it is probably a good idea to just look at Wowhead as well. Leveling in Dragonflight. Okay, so they got fast alt leveling in Dragonflight. This is a great article. I've got no problem linking my competition because of the simple fact that it offers some really good information here, and I'm happy to link to another great source of information. It's going to mean to Google that, you know, they can trust me as a person who is trying to give my audience the best information possible for leveling. So I'm going to stick this in there. Let's just add a little section about alt leveling. Is there a section here? Efficient leveling in Dragonflight. Let's stick it there. That will do the trick. Great. We couldn't find any internal links. Okay, great. So let's look for internal links here. Let's first just find leveling in Dragonflight. We've got 3 different guides on leveling in Dragonflight. So this is all going to be able to cover it there. Leveling, and just type in leveling. 1 to 60 fast. No, that's not going to be relevant. 10 tips for leveling in World of Warcraft. That's going to be a great idea to link it there. Dragonflight engineering toy. Let's link professions. Professions. Brilliant. What else? Level fast. Let's link level fast. Okay, war mode. That's a PvP thing. So let's just link some PvP articles. Okay, PvP has been linked. Professions. So we probably link the gathering professions. Excellent. Okay, dungeons is a great one because we have basically a silo that's dedicated to Dragonflight dungeons. Okay, Mythic Plus overview. There we go. That will do the trick. Okay, so we've linked into our article. We can already see we've gone green, which is just amazing. We can make this score even higher, but there is such a thing as over-optimization. I personally aim for 83 and above because that's where it turns green, and that makes me happy. Generally, this article's looking fantastic. It's up to you if you want to go ahead and make it just look even better. I am going to make it look even better, and this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to, because my theme is, I'm using the popcorn theme, and the popcorn theme is just generally the best theme for blogging. I'm going to go ahead and use some of the cool features from Popcorn. Just a quick note, Popcorn does cost money. You pay for it once and you can use it forever on as many websites as you like. It's always going to be updated, so it's not like a subscription or anything like that. It's just like, yeah, buy it once and it's done. It's amazing. Unlike a lot of the other stuff out there, which you have to pay monthly for or yearly for, it's annoying. You can just buy it once. If you use code TheoPop, you get yourself $15 off, and I put a link in the description for you. Okay, so with Popcorn, you can actually turn these into really cool like alerts, and I believe that the theme has actually been updated a couple of days ago to include even more. So let's just quickly check if it has been. Themes. Okay, let's just add a new pattern. Browse all, pattern, Popcorn alerts. And what I can do is actually just use this blue one here. I quite like this blue one here. And I can actually just copy and paste this in here, and that will look really, really nice. It takes away your focus, so it makes sure that your focus is aimed in on something. So in any particular situation where your eyes are just drifting over the page, it's a great idea to have one there. So, however, it is important to be aware. Okay, so it's an awareness. So I would actually put the error one in here, so pattern, and I would look for the red one. It's too big of a sentence in order to get the red one in, so we'll add it in manually. Browse all, patterns, alerts, red. Okay, and then what I can do is just copy this across and paste it in here. And there you go. You got a nice little red alert. Okay, this one's nice. I think it will go yellow with this one because it seems like it's just extra information. Great, it stands out. Complete dungeon quests. I'm going to go yellow again on that. I think that'll probably suit the article best. And there is a bit about war mode. Yeah, that's already done. That's great. Okay, and then what I'm actually going to do is add a green section here. Actually, no, we'll actually keep this blue. Let's go blue because it actually mentions the word blue, so it kind of makes sense. So if I go ahead and update that, and then we search the actual article, we will see in this article it's completely been updated. Okay, so looking at the article, here is the brand new article. And as you can see, all of these posts have been updated and they stand out fantastically. Everything's looking really clean. It's got links in. Everything's working perfectly for what we're trying to do here. This, on a whole, is going to do miles better. And it only took us like half an hour, if that. It took us less than half an hour. So that on a whole, it's a winner-winner chicken dinner type situation. Thank you, Rank Math, for helping me optimize all of my blog posts. Now I just need to go through all my blog posts and change it on all my websites. Now, guys, if anyone is interested in, the Battle Shout website, let me know, as I am always open to discussions with this. If you are interested, at the moment, the main monetization strategy is with Zoic and with affiliate type posts. I absolutely love this site, but at the end of the day, there's no point spending all day, every day writing articles for a site that, isn't bringing the highest amount of monetization for me. I'd much prefer to focus on some of my other sites, which are doing a lot better in terms of the EPMV. But that's just me on a whole. Someone else might have a different strategy for how they want to monetize this particular website. If that is the case, then get in touch with me, okay? Thank you for watching this video on Rank Math. It is a seriously awesome plugin. I put the link in the description below. It's an affiliate link, so I appreciate if you click it. Thank you so much for supporting me. Remember to hit that like button, click on subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. This is Theo Ramwell, and have a lovely, lovely day.